Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of DeLuSioNaL's Arcade. So you can see we're on the road, we're doing another arcade pickup. Arcade Hunting, the series, of course. You can check out my playlist if you click up here. I have tons of other ones that I've done, but this one's a double pickup. I'm doing not one, but two of my Grails. So let's go ahead and get this. You ready, Javi?
Yep.
Awesome, so let's go grab it. So we're driving, we're actually heading out. This one's in New Jersey, it's not too bad. There's a guy, a collector out there that he's actually moving and he's downsizing. So he's moving and selling his house. So he said he has to get rid of a few games. He said, why not? You know, I'm gonna be thinning my herd a little bit too to make room. Because there's games that I never played too. I'm not really sure, probably Galaxian I'm thinking, because I have the Gapless now, which has the Galaxian in it, the PCB. So most likely I'll do that, but I'm taking two games because he had one. I actually called him about one and talked to him, but then he said he had another one too. So I said, you know what? Let me see pictures. He sent it to me and I said, I'll take that one too. It's a project. So we're gonna go ahead. Let's just drive here. We'll listen to some tunes and we'll fast forward so you guys don't have to worry about this long drive that we're about to take. Okay guys, we're here. All right, Javi, let's go. Come on. Hey, there are the games. Oh!
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on? John, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice to meet you. We'll do the elbow thing to be safe.
Man.
We're all wearing masks. So what do you got here?
It's your Crystal Castles and a Zookeeper.
Nice. Well, this is, what does it have? The J-Rock in there, we said, right?
Yep.
That's awesome. He does really good stuff. FPGA. I was going to build one myself, and I decided this might be the easier route to take. Because you already started it. You said this is all what? Joe Sable stuff, right?
Yes.
Reverse printed. You put the LED in here too, you were saying?
Yep. LEDs in the top and the marquee already ready to go.
Oh, okay. That's
Comet
even better.
LEDs.
Yeah, they have those like bulbs.
Yep.
They're kind of very unreliable.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it looks good. What did this used to be?
I believe it was an Alpine ski.
Oh yeah, it's the blue.
It was blue.
Nice, nice. Very cool. So, you know, like I guess we spoke already, and I already told you, you know, over the phone or whatever that this panel is great, but I have a spare that's from Takeman on Cloud.
Right.
So
yep.
most likely, you said this isn't Joe's work. I'm probably gonna
correct
switch it out with his.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
And you know, you also have the Zoo art, which is amazing. So.
Yep.
And the joystick, Zoo stick. We'll just clean that up and get it all ready. But. You know, two of my, like we spoke, this is one of my Grails that I was building, and now I can actually have it working and really get my button gear to get it restored. And then Crystal Castles, really, there's nothing really to do on this thing.
No.
It's looking really nice. Look at that artwork. The bottom, everything.
Nothing
really
like
good.
the Atari artwork. Some of the best.
And wonder what, it's serial number 2012. That's cool. And then, of course, it has the back door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Even has the
clean.
original tech sheet.
Oh, here's a filter board.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool, and the manuals.
Yep.
Can't go wrong having the actual manual here. So I'll just take it so that we don't have it flopping around in here when I put it down.
Good idea.
But it looks like a G07 in there. Yeah, this like it's exactly as you described.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check out this side over here. Yeah, it's really nice. I feel I have to pinch myself now. Like, I'm actually going to own a Crystal Castles. And a Zookeeper. That was just the bonus.
Yeah.
So, do you know anything about who owned it before? Was it in an arcade or something? Or
It was in an arcade, yeah, for a while. And then I think the guy's kind of been closed since COVID. And he's selling off a few, I guess, to raise money. And I got it through a friend of mine who knew the guy who owned the arcade. So.
Oh, okay. Last one I looked at, this part was all torn up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to mention any names, but
right.
they're known flippers.
Mm-hmm.
And this part here is kind of hard to get, and he didn't even have it. He's like, oh yeah, it fell off, and I should have grabbed it, but it was pretty torn up anyway. So
Wow.
this one is, you know, in even better condition. I'm glad I waited. I actually passed on the other one.
Even the coin door, you can see
Yeah,
that barely
this is
any
in, like,
coins ever even went
Pretty
through that
much
coin
showroom
door.
condition.
Yeah.
So
Really pretty
except,
neat.
you know, this is patina to me,
Yeah.
you know.
Exactly.
It looks okay though. We'll clean it up with some magic eraser, and
Yep.
my son already, like, he just jumped out and just played it. And then Zookeeper, like I said, it's running the J-Rock. And, you know, it looks like speckle. Like they did
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if that's just natural fade, where they painted it and it looked like that and they said, hey, that's a perfect effect we want. Because it almost looks like the blue's popping through, or if they actually flicked paint at it. I'm not really
I
sure.
think part of it was for durability, and it also would cover a lot of, you know, of course they just wanted to cover up whatever it was
All
because
chunks
it
and
was
stuff.
all about whatever game they were putting in there.
Yeah,
And so they wanted to cover up whatever art was there, so it just looked generic.
yeah.
And but yeah, I've had quite a few games that had this crazy. It's like a heavy speckled paint.
Right. What's
So-
interesting is this here, I mean, it has the bubble on the back, but
Yep.
the monitor is in no way interfering. And I'm guessing because this used to be an alpine ski, you said,
Right.
so maybe it's probably stuck out in the back. It almost looks like I'm trying to figure out if this was factory cut like that, or if somebody
Probably
did it
not.
after the fact.
I think someone added it.
It's very possible, because I don't remember, this might actually be for a cabaret that they stuck on there, because that doesn't look custom either.
Well, a friend of
But
mine
still,
has
gives
a
a character.
right. An actual Zookeeper cabinet has a bubble on the back.
Right.
So, but this was a baseball game when I got it. It was like ninth inning or one of those.
Oh, wow. So you started the deconversion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to take over. You know, you said you were downsizing because you're moving, and
Yep.
you know, I saw it right away. I got lucky, and because
Yeah.
I'm local, I
Yeah.
said I'll be there tomorrow.
That's right.
Trying to help you out. I had to pull a little bit of strings, but Jeff was going to come. He actually had to go to Long Island today to grab some Star Wars parts. So
Gotcha. Okay.
He's like, I don't know about today, but so cool.
Glad it worked out.
Yeah. So you said you're at a game room.
Yeah.
Want to go check it out?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I love when people come pick up my games. Cool. So this is the official man cave. What happens in the man cave stays in the man cave. I agree.
That's right.
Oh, I hear Swords of Fury.
Yep.
That's
It's in a
great.
little bit of disarray since I'm moving.
Oh, understandable. Yeah.
Stuff that's been in storage is coming out, and
Well, I'm glad to help you out.
Thank you.
Bubble hockey. I'm not really knowledgeable, but
That's
is that an actual one, or is
that's
it?
a Sega Face-Off.
Okay.
Came out in 1983. It was basically an exact ripoff of the Chex Bubble Hockeys, and I believe the story is they sued them, and so these were no longer produced after that year. A couple of my neighbors played this. My next door neighbor is a huge hockey fan, very good hockey player, and he's probably actually going to take this, I think. I don't think I'm going to bring it
They have
with
so
me.
many mods too. I've seen like stuff where you see like lasers shoot down on the floor,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it does all this crazy nonsense.
Yeah.
I mean,
My-
it looks
yeah.
amazing. But Robotron, another one I'd like to have. I owned an original Defender actually, and I ended up selling it because I got a Multi-Williams because
Gotcha.
I wanted Robotron so badly. So I'll eventually get one. I repaired one last summer for the Cradle of Aviation, got it up and running, and
Very nice.
redid all the joysticks. You know, you probably did the same thing. You put the new grommets in. This one's actually really good. It's not like you don't need Popeye forearms for yours.
No, yeah.
It's nice and broken in.
Those are the correct. It had shorter.
3-inch ones.
It had
Yeah,
shorter
3.5
sticks
inch.
when I got it for some reason.
Right.
And I got these from Arcade Shop. Steven also sells these now.
Yeah. Don't ever sell this one. Pass it down.
Yeah.
Someone.
Still, I just got this a few months ago.
Yeah.
I took a CPO when I get one. I haven't put it on, but anyway, it's taped to the top of here.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I got that from Arcade Shop also. He always stocks the CPOs for this. Got this.
And then we'll check out this stuff later because I love Satan's Hollow. Such a
Hopefully
good
nobody gets mad at me for that. That's got a
That's all right.
that's got a 60. It's running a 61. It's just easier for me.
Yeah. Do you have the original board still?
With the Arcade Shop adapter.
Yeah, you
I
do,
probably
okay.
have about 5 of
So
them.
you have the adapter. So you're
Yes, no hacking.
exactly. You can always reverse it.
This is my now almost a year project playing around. This was painted blue, I managed to salvage some of this art.
Yeah, it looks really good.
What I actually used was, people make faces, but black Sharpie. It was a pen, a white paint pen and a yellow paint pen to touch up where I had to.
Right.
And then this was after carefully stripping a heavy coat of blue paint off of this. The one good thing was there was a sticker here that they didn't paint under. They painted around the sticker, so at least most of this part was kind of there.
Yeah.
But I did a lot of touching up. This took.
It looks amazing.
I have an absurd amount of time into this.
That it was touched up at all.
I haven't repainted the front red, and I'm still debating whether I want to, because I kind of like it in black, even though it's supposed to be red.
Yeah, it makes it your own.
Yeah.
You know.
But it was an Arkanoid. It still had the Satan's Hollow bezel. Still had, this was painted. Someone decided to paint it on the inside. I was able to get the paint off, and this actually has the correct neon tube inside of it.
That's awesome. And then you're just looking for the stick, or you have that somewhere?
I have a stick for it.
Oh, okay. I think Groovy Game Gear was reproducing the shell for those.
Yeah, that's what I got.
And then he sold out of them. He doesn't have them anymore. So
yeah,
you got it when you got it. That's good. And I see you have a bump and jump. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is that the original cab? It looks shaped differently. It is.
It's all original art. Wow. I found a board for it.
Oh wow!
It's actually a really nice shape. That's the original art.
That's
like the
so
sides
cool.
are just as nice too. It's crazy. I got a CPO that's ready to go on from this old game.
Yeah. I love the artwork. It's kind of like, it reminds me of the 80s like t-shirts I used to wear as a kid.
Exactly.
They have these like Hot Wheels cars that are just modded. All right, cool. So if you have to run upstairs, you know, we'll meet you up there.
Okay.
And do your thing, but.
Very good.
So he has a Tempest. I believe the Tempest and the Asteroids are for sale. Not sure if we sold them yet, but yeah, this is a great price. I think he's selling this for, I think it was like a little over $1,000. I can't remember exactly, but has Tempest tubes in there. Might have been like 13 something. I can't remember, but still, great deal. Asteroids, I believe he was selling too. This has a multi-kit, high score saves kit in there, which has lunar lander and all that stuff, which is pretty cool. Here's a poster based on his stuff. So, Comet. I didn't actually think he had one. I thought he was getting his LEDs from Comet Pinball. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is for sale or not. Taxi is his baby. You can see he has it covered up. I guess he was working on stuff for Comet on here. But this is not for sale. Oh, actually, I think it is actually. I want to say, you know, I'm not even sure what he wanted for it, but this is for sale. I don't know if he sold it yet. Like I said, he's downsizing because he's moving. It's just easier to just have him out there and just rebuy the games or downsize. Bad Cats, this is really cool. Look at that. You can tell he did the LED kits on him already. Really cool. It's by Williams. Williams, to me, does just the sounds of Williams games are so awesome. And it's in pretty nice shape. So he had an Addams Family. He sold to a friend of his. You know, relatively cheap. They actually command a lot of money, those games, but he had it over there. He said this whole thing was all filled up. Black Knight 2000 is for sale. I actually want the Sword of Rage. I actually want to buy, I'm pretty sure my pinball is going to be new in box when I get it. I just, you know, I'm a beginner. I want the warranty. I'm that kind of customer, especially with pinballs. Attack from Mars. This one is not for sale. This is a beautiful game. Look at that. I mean, you guys already know. You've seen this, but, you know, again, he did the LED kit in it stuff. It's in pretty nice shape. This one's Swords of Fury. It's really nice. Another Williams game. The sound on this, you know, it's pretty cool. He has the albums for Iron Maiden up there and other 80s stuff like Slayer, Metallica. So cool. Really awesome. So, a lot of good neons you can see up there. Yep, he's moving all this. He's planning to take it with him. So, really cool Coors Light sign. I think it's pretty badass. It's really nice. Good to go. And of course, Led Zeppelin covers. That's a good touch. I really should do that. Hang some albums up there. Grab them on eBay. And then of course, the cut through to the other side where we just were. So check this out. We didn't really go in this area, but I wanted to show you. He has some nice posters. He has black lighting. And then these are actually, I don't know if they're coming out on camera, but they're like, you know, reactive, UV reactive for that light that he has. That is awesome. Like, I love those posters. Such a cool idea. And then, of course, his battle zone, which he has currently turned off. But I believe, you know, he had the boards worked on someone that is pretty good at the game, and I believe he said it was working. But this is also for sale. It's hard to see. I don't have my light in here because it is. I actually shut it off because of the black light here. So very cool. So awesome arcade. It's sad to see him move, but I'm sure his place, you know, you always move on and you get better things, bigger and better things. Oh, I almost forgot. Save the best for last here. This is Atari pole position too. So it's working great. The fact that it's even working is great because pole positions, as you know, are very troublesome, but kind of cool. But yeah, overall, very impressive. I'm glad he gave us a little tour and let us in his space here. So let's head upstairs. I know he's dealing with the guy upstairs. They're gonna take away the scramble cabinet, and then I'll go ahead and take our games and load up, and we'll get out of here and play them at home. Okay, we're back at the truck. We're gonna put the artwork in the car for now, and we'll stick it in. Hi. Yeah, we're done filming. How you doing?
Good. Not that we met. I was watching one of your live streams.
Oh, really?
With, I forget your friend. I don't know, a couple months ago. But he's a nurse or something. Where he works in a hospital.
Mikey, maybe?
Good channel.
Yeah, thanks. All right, so it's in there. So thanks again, John, for giving us that little nickel tour and for selling me the games. You know, they'll definitely be there for a long time.
Awesome.
You know, I'll sell other stuff definitely first before those. And of course, you know, you'll see the videos, you'll see the updates of how I restore it. So
nice, awesome, that's great.
Zookeeper.
Really
All
nice,
right, well,
nice
thanks
to
again.
meet you guys. It's always fun
you know,
meeting
we'll
new
do the
people.
elbow thing again because of COVID.
Yep.
And yeah, thanks again. So let's get in the car and drive a couple hours home. Thanks.
All right, guys. Nice to meet you.
All right, so I got everything loaded in the car. So I just wanted to show you that I did strap it. I have these awesome like cover things that I got when I got the other cabinet. I had another cabinet, and I think I already mentioned on the channel. I'm doing a restore on reactor. So the reactor actually came with these on there because it is in mint shape, the reactor. So I kept these. Actually, they were twice as long. I cut them in half. Now I use them for straps. They work perfectly, and they're really hard cardboard. So they don't break, they're durable. I put one there. See, I put one on the other side over there just to keep the edges nice and sharp because this artwork is pretty much flawless. This one we could scrape up a little bit because we're going to restore that one, but still I did strap it in right here, you know, just to make sure. We had to put it sideways because this had a bubble, so that screwed everything up. Also, the cord was on the back over there, so I just decided to put them in sideways. It's a big enough van. We had tons of room, so we're good to go. Okay, so we can close it up, and it closes up just fine. Same thing with the back. We're going to go back here and check it out. So the other thing too, I forgot to mention, he did give me a whole bunch of power bricks because he is moving. So you know, I took it. I said, why not? I could always clean them up and use them for projects. You know, the isolation transformers are still useful, and also this test switch right here is in pretty nice shape. So hopefully we can do something with that. You can see I got a little cut up. It's not a big deal. You know, you scrape, you get, that's part of the game, you know, part of collecting. So, okay, so let's journey home. We can grab some lunch on the way, and we'll see you at the arcade. Okay, so we got home safely. Everything looks good. I actually took the straps off and it still looks brand new. Look at how that thing shines. I mean, I'm so psyched that I have this. First thing I do when I take them off, it's just really easy. You just unscrew them all, put the leg levelers, and I always replace them with these. So basically I screw all those in like that. Let me go ahead and do that now. And then the bottom one, for whatever reason, while I screw this in, I'll tell you, it kind of rusted in there. So it's very common because it kind of rust welds on there. So I'm using penetrant for rust and stuff like that. You just kind of spray some on there, wait about 10 minutes, spray some more, because we don't want to break these off. These are kind of what's the word, like over here, they're a little brittle here where the staple could come out because they're old, so you don't want to really force it thinking this will hold it in, because it won't. The wood's softer than the metal, so you just want to basically put stuff in there. These just came out just fine, but this one down there did not. So I'm gonna give it a twist now, see if it comes out. That's really, oh wait, oh no, just that part turned. So yeah, that's still on there. I'm gonna probably put, if it doesn't come out, I'm gonna put more penetrant probably on the top here, and then like turn the cabinet upright and then spray it on the inside, so it kind of gets it from that side going down. Sometimes it's on the other side too, so yeah, not really worried about it, but I typically change all the leg levelers right away so that it glides nicely on my blankets there. So let me go ahead, I'm gonna put the rest in here, and then I will come back and take them and unload them and show you them downstairs. Okay, so here I am here. I actually, one of the leg levelers just crumbled off. You can see on the right, if you look over here, it looks pretty crappy. They have like these really old things that are just in there. They're kind of just in the wood. The wood, you know, softens over time, and then they have like the staples right there. So basically, I'm going over here. This one kind of rusted off, and when I twisted it off, it kind of came out. You can see right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and repair that. There's this really good kit that I got. It actually has these really cool leg levelers. I'm actually gonna put the bigger ones on, which do fit. So I'll show you right here. It has like this piece that comes off. You can see it comes off on that. And what you do is you drill 1/2 inch bit into there, which makes it wider. And then you use an Allen key to screw this in there like that. And then this actually goes in. I'm actually using a different one. Like this is the one that it comes with. So you can see it fits in there just fine. This one actually is a little bigger and is meant to be a leg leveler for a machine this size and fits in just fine. So that's the difference. I'm definitely gonna use the bigger one. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. So I'm gonna try it on this one. If this one works really well, I'm probably gonna leave the other ones with, you know, with this in there, but just with the original ones. But if they give me trouble down the line, I have no problem swapping it out, because this to me is a less destructive one. I looked at those, they have these big plates you can put on as well, which are really good because you can actually bolt it in from the other side, but it's gonna stick out over here. And then I tried looking for triangle ones. They didn't really have any good ones. There's other ones too that would go over this area and then kind of screw in here. But since the wood is a little soft, because I think what happened was, this was probably sitting in a puddle. The original leg leveler got all rusted with the metal, worked its way up and kind of seized together and, you know, rust welded together. And then it kind of affected the wood. So the wood seems okay. It's not that soft or anything, but it did affect the actual thing and it came out. So let me go ahead and try it. So first thing I'm gonna do, I got a 1/2 inch right here. So I'm just gonna plug it in and we'll drill right in the cabinet. I gotta vacuum out the cabinet anyway. So this is all, it doesn't matter if that happens. So it looks like I'm just gonna make this a little wider here. Not much. All right, so that looks like it's okay. I wonder if I should spray, wood hardener in there. It actually is pretty, it's not crumbling or anything. It's just, I feel if I spray wood hardener in there, it'll make it more solid. So yeah, let me go ahead and do that. I have a spray bottle that I can spray in there and I'll let it dry. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in there. This piece should fit in right there, where I can screw it in properly with an Allen key on this side. So I'll get the Allen key, I'll spray some stuff in there, and then we'll come back. All right, so I guess I'll do that just to get something in there. Get a little hard. I'm gonna do a little bit here too. I don't think it needs it, but you never know. Just putting a little more, kind of getting it in there. There we go. And then I'll just let that dry out. All right, so we're back. I actually bought a set here by Husky. I mean, you know, kind of clips together. Pretty cool. Anyway, I'm not sure if I need this size or that size. I'm just gonna read the instructions. It says that I need a 3/8 inch hex key. So this is millimeter, 3/8 would be right here. So this is the one that I need. So go ahead and put that away. And I'm gonna grab the piece that I had, which I actually took with me at Home Depot, just to make sure. Fits right in either that way or this way. So that's the way I want it to go in. So I'm just gonna put it in as straight as I can. And that's it. Seems pretty sturdy to me. Oops. Let me try this here. Not too bad. I thought it was gonna be a lot worse, to be honest. You can hear it just biting into that wood. It's great. All right, so I'm gonna put it right there. Good to go. Maybe I'll tighten it a little more. Okay. And now I'm gonna put in this one, which has the extra thing on there. And look at that, beautiful. Wow, these are actually super strong. This thing isn't going anywhere. All right, so I'm gonna put the rest of them in there. I'm actually gonna leave the original ones in there and see what happens, but they're super weak. They're just stapled in there and then they're just old. So hopefully this will work out. I might have to take this one out a little bit because it's kind of in there and adjust it with a wrench, but this one here looks like it's okay too. And like I said, I may give this a coat of paint, leave it on its side. I'm not gonna do that right now, I don't think. Just wanna get it up and running here. So let me flip this upright and we'll take another look at it. Okay guys, so here it is. We have it flipped up. After doing all that on the bottom, the leg levelers now I have on sliders, so it's easier to move because this thing is a beast. It's really heavy. So eventually I plan to move it, next to my millipede, of course. I'm gonna do all that next to the Rolling Thunder, and then the Rolling Thunder I'll probably put in that corner over there where you see that DeLuSioNaL's arcade sign. But you have to have the sister cabs next to each other, right? So that's what I'm gonna do. You can see here I redid the panel. I'll show you that in a future video. So I have a lot of content coming. Been, not sitting idle, just doing stuff. But this is it. You can see on the top here, it needs magic eraser. I will do that in a future episode where I kind of restore this. The team molding is actually pretty darn perfect. So what I'm thinking of doing is it's that flat special team molding from Atari. It's not the normal curved one that you see. A couple blemishes here and there. I guess I don't know if people were holding it and they were holding their cigarette or something, or they placed it on the side. I don't know what was going on because people could smoke back in the arcades. But this one here, you could see, I don't really have much lighting here, but you can see how there's, see that there's all kinds of messed up burns where people would put stuff on there. So I definitely have to replace this one on the millipede, and this one's almost done because I did such a nice job on the control panel and I redid the trackball. I'll show you how to do that in a future video and the other one that I'm about to do. But so I'm thinking of taking this off, putting this, actually transferring it over there. And the reason I'm doing that, you're like, well, why am I taking it off? Because I'm thinking of putting this on it. What do you think? I like to make it my own. It's only team molding, you could always put it back, right? So I'm thinking of putting this on my Crystal Castles. I think purple would really make it pop. It would be mine, my kind of twist on it. And then this control panel here, a lot of people would kind of let it go, but it is cracking over here in the usual spots. And I don't want to have what happened on my millipede where it started cutting me and stuff as you're moving it. So, and there's scratches and stuff if you look closely, stuff you really can't see unless you look really, really close. And then of course over here, this actually is moving. You can see it's kind of peeling down, and I know my kids are just gonna take it and pull it down. So I want something really nice. I have a 4-year-old who, she's great and everything, but she may do that. If you tell her not to, she probably won't. She's really good at listening, but I want to do it. I do have the New Alt stock. I guess, I don't know if it's New Alt stock or reproduction, but it was one of the last few that they had, so I did purchase it. This one, it's weird. Like if you look at my millipede, you know, the one I redid, I'll give you a sneak peek on this. It feels pretty rough and nice, like the original one was. You know, I got that from Arcade Shop. This one I got, I don't know if it was Arcade Shop. It might have been, I can't remember exactly where I got it from. I'll post below where I got it in the lower third, but this here feels a little, like it feels rough, like it should be here. But then over here, it must just have worn smooth just from the use over the years. The new one feels more like this right away. It doesn't feel rough like the other one is. So I don't know what their method is, but still, it's still quality stuff that's very thick. So I am gonna redo it because I have to still rebuild the trackball, because right now you can hear it. It's a little rough. The gameplay is fine, but you know, it's nothing like this millipede one that I rebuilt. I actually redid it again. It's just so smooth and great. I'm probably gonna keep the trackball. This is an illuminated trackball and I'll have some gameplay with it and you'll see it works fine, but for me, there's certain levels that you wanna whip across and it doesn't do it as good because it's not rebuilt. So I did have the rebuild kit. I have all the rollers and the bearings, and I have a method of breaking in the bearings too that I redid on my millipede, which I'll go through on that video as well. And we'll have one on this, of course, redoing the panel. You can do, you know, stuff we can do indoors that don't have to worry about it. So should be cool, but I may just rebuild it for now and then do the overlay at some point because I'm still kind of torn. Let me know in the comments what you want to do. I'm really all about leaving it original if possible. But you know, this is in such nice shape. Like if you look at everything else, I mean, it looks beautiful. It's pretty much flawless. The edges are great. There's nothing wrong with it. This is really well taken care of. John said he got it from an arcade that had closed down, I guess, during the COVID pandemic. He picked it up and then he was gonna move and decided, oh, this is one of the first ones he wants to go. So, you know, it's in, like I said, you can see here, has like a little bit of touch-ups. I'm gonna leave that. I think it's great. You can get this. There's a guy in the UK that does it actually. You can get this whole piece right here. Not really sure about the marquee just yet. But either way, it's not really that cracked. Typically these crack like really bad. But you know, it looks fine. So I'm gonna leave it. I'm just gonna magic eraser it. I'm just gonna turn it really quick. And by the way, if you guys haven't already, I have DeLuSioNaL's arcade merchandise in the store. I'm wearing one of mine, the long sleeve ones, because it's winter. They're really good quality. They're soft. They're super soft. If you like super soft stuff, they're really good to get. I've tried other companies. I was actually thinking of switching, but then I decided to stick with them because they're just so comfortable. So, but yeah, this is it here. Now I'll get a close-up. You know, I'll just move this in right here. So you can see it's like flawless. There's nothing wrong with any of this. It's just in such great shape. So I got this for a really nice price. So this side, now here's the problem stuff. And I didn't notice this when I was picking it up, but that's cool, you know. I actually thought I had done this when I took it out. Because, you know, you naturally, when you're pulling it out, it was on this side, right? Coincidentally, I had it down on this side sideways. And when I was pulling it out left and right, there's this one piece at the end that could stay here. And as you're kind of moving it back and forth to get it out, I thought I did this whole little S thing. So I was so bummed when I saw that. I was like, no. So I'll get you a close-up so you can see, but you can see there's a big scratch going all the way down, kind of like an S curve. You see that? I mean, it's barely noticeable. If I hadn't told you, you probably would have seen it, but so what I'm gonna do, I mean, it doesn't really pay to get a whole side art for this, right? And I'm not even sure if anyone reproduces it, you know. I actually offered this machine to Joe Sable just to hold so we can reproduce the artwork on it. But he's just so busy. He was like, dude, he's like, I can't. He's like, he's months behind with artwork and he wants to not, you know, he doesn't know when he can give it back. So, but maybe he'll do it one day. But either way, this is fixable. So what I'm gonna do, I have some swatches that I got. So all these here, you know, are very close. They're not exact, but they're pretty close. And I must have gotten like 10 of these. So actually what I did was I mean, no one really talks about this. Like, how do you restore artwork, right? If you want to paint it. So what I did was I talked to a mom and pop art dealer. It was the best thing I ever did because he suggested that I go to Lowe's. These are actually from Lowe's. These are from Home Depot. They're pretty close. You know, it may not look like that on camera, but they're they're in the vicinity. This one really isn't that close. I haven't found a purple yet, but I gotta go back. I'm gonna grab some more. So what I'm doing is I'm narrowing it down to what's close. Then I'm gonna go back with these and get something that's close to these until I have pretty much a near perfect match. That's what he suggested to do. After I have that perfect match, I'm gonna head over to the art store again and buy some, because this is really, it has like a gloss finish to it. I'm probably gonna get model paint or something similar to that, like the enamel paint. That's very shiny, you get the gloss one. And somebody actually tried down here, this right here, somebody tried fixing it themselves and saw that it was too dark and they stopped, they abandoned it. So I'm gonna magic eraser that off actually. And then I'm actually gonna hire most likely an artist that can come over once I get the thing pretty much, like I'll just have the swatches and be like, okay, I got the swatches, what can you do? I'm just gonna hire them and we'll see how much it costs, but I put an ad on Craigslist already. I have a few people in mind. I'm gonna ask for their permission to film and then we'll actually do an episode, because who does an episode on restoring artwork by painting it and touching up? People usually just rip it off and redo it. So because it's pristine on the other side, it's pretty much pristine everywhere else. I'm gonna go ahead and have someone restore that so it looks like really close where you're not gonna even be able to tell. And there is not really a groove here. I can't really feel a groove if I use my nail, like an ever so slight one over here, but you know, and it's really solid colors. If I were to zoom in on that, so if I want to zoom in on this right here, you could see the colors are pretty solid, so it's not like crazy. Now these over here are like bitmapped a little bit or dithered, kind of like a newspaper. So if I were to go down a little bit, can you see that on the cauldron there? See how they're kind of like dithered? If it were scratched there, I'd be in trouble, but it's not. It actually goes right around it. So I should be okay. I'm gonna have someone just go in and color match this whole thing here all the way up. There's this color here, which is the purple. Black is black, of course, right? So you won't really have to color match that. And then you have this off-white, which should be fine. I might be able to just get away with just leaving that alone. And then, you know, but they're experts on that. They've done paintings before and color match stuff to restore stuff. So, you know, depending on how much they cost, I mean, artwork for this and the time and labor, you know, could be, I don't know, 300 bucks for the artwork and the labor and time. So I'm not spending that much on an artist, but I may do something like maybe, I don't know, $100 max or something. But I don't even know how much they would charge, but one of the guys said that they would do it on a per job basis. Like they'll just, it's kind of like a flat rate. So, but either way, you know, I really want to redo this, like I said, and then I'll probably do a time lapse or something of them just restoring everything and, you know, with their permission, and then put it on the channel because it's never been done before. That's what I really like to do. I like to tell people like, hey, I know someone who did this, and bam, we just point them to the channel. And that's it. You know, that was my whole purpose of this channel, is just to show people how to do stuff. And instead of explaining it over and over, I just kind of linked them, said, hey, just look on my channel. I did it here. And I explained to do it. So it's a first for me. I know most people would say, who cares? Just throw it in the row. It's fine. But, you know, I'm the guinea pig, right? I want to show you guys some different stuff. It's never been done before. I really didn't see any info. I had a hard time. I didn't even know where to start, to be honest. I was like, what do I do? Who do I call? You know, how can I do this? I Googled it. I couldn't find any subject on that. The closest I got was Joel Hopkins from Last Gamer. And he actually does restorations in Australia with his wife, where he kind of showed briefly how he mixes the paint, like on Segas, and like he, you know, any scratches or whatever, they just redo everything. And they make pretty good money doing pinball, play fields, you know, side art, all that kind of stuff. So to me, I want to do it more in detail where you guys can learn how to do it. So I will have a restoration series probably a little later on this system. For now, I'm just going to push it, you know, in between games. I may have this side showing on purpose just to get me motivated to do it. So I may actually stick it right over here, like I said, next to Millipede. And then that way it's showing on this side right over here. It's facing this way. So this whole side is going to be out. So I can see that right there. And I could be like, hey, you got to get that fixed. So should be cool. All right, so let me push this back in its temporary spot, and then I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. We'll play a quick game, and then we'll check out the Zookeeper. Okay, so this is a game, Crystal Castles. You can see it has a cool little Easter egg. See how it says DEL on the architecture here? Whoever's the high score, it actually takes that and puts it on the architecture. And it's really cool later on. there's boards we have to navigate through the letters. So depending how it goes, I mean, it's easier, I guess, with certain letters. You know, it changes actually the whole dynamic of the game, which I think is pretty cool. So you can see I'm the top score here, Dell, so it kind of puts that in there on the architecture. There is an attract mode built in. You can see it happening now. You can see this thing flashing down there. It's pretty cool. Doesn't have home buttons. It has like a player 1 and 2 on the control panel, but that will flash when you put a quarter in. You'll see I'll put a quarter in right now, where I'll just activate it. So now it's saying, okay, just like it does with a home button, it flashes because I have a credit in there. So so it will sit on this screen if you have free play. It's kind of a pain. So I do have that set to not be free play, so I can just put buttons in. So I'll just put like an easy coin up on there or something. But anyway, let's go ahead and start a game here. So the object of the game is to finish and move around and get every single gem. If you eat the last gem, you get bonus. If they eat the last gem, you don't get a bonus, but it goes to the next level. So there is a warp here that will change your score to 140,000 and give you a free guy. So you jump in the corner back there. It actually tells you about it in the game. As you play, it'll say, hey, there's a secret warp in this level and whatnot. You can eat these guys if they're swallowing. So I just ate them basically. I didn't mean to die there. But you can eat them while they're swallowing. You can actually get them. And see back here, like right in the corner, that's where the warp is. You have to jump, but you have to have the hat on when you do it. So it's pretty hard to do. I usually go down here, I wait till the last minute, grab it, go back to the elevator and see if I can do it. Yeah, so I did it. It's kind of hard to do. It takes practice. So now it gave me another 140,000 and another free guy. Oh man, I did not mean to get that so quickly. So there is another warp after this. I'm going to try to get to it, but... So let me just go around here, go back down. So it's really kind of annoying that I'm going to do this here and don't want to die, and of course I do. There's 1 gem here and 4 here, so I'm going to grab these 4. It gives you a couple seconds beforehand to do that. Oof, that was tough. But I do have those extra guys, right? So it does help out. So I got the last gem, I get a bonus. So I have to pass this board, and I think on the next board there's another warp. So I'm gonna... This tree is such a bastard. It's called Nasty Tree for a reason, this level. But yeah, he's really bad. It's terrible. So I'm just gonna eat everything possible on here and collect all the gems. I may or may not cap this monitor. I mean, it works great, so I'm not sure what I want to do yet. I'm gonna go down here, try to sneak through and get that. I was trying to get the hat there. So I'm doing pretty bad here. It's not an ideal game. I really should have eaten some of them at the beginning, and I didn't, like a dummy. I was trying to get the hat again. So you get my word for it. I mean, it's a really cool game, and I will show you a last credit. Actually, I do have a last credit if you want to check it out, that I did at the Cradle of Aviation with this game, and I do all the warps in there, so if you want to check that out, it's pretty cool. So I'll just put whatever in here. I don't really care. So there it is. That's this game. Let's just move along. We'll definitely do a restoration on this where we'll redo the control panel. We'll definitely do the breaking in of the trackball and switching around of the bearings and stuff. We'll do that probably immediately in a future video. We'll magic eraser it, clean it up, put the T-molding on, and we'll just leave it as is for now. And then in a future video, I'll do the, probably when it gets warmer out, because I think I need to spray it after I get it down to the metal. I always like to spray it with a coat of black paint. So let's go ahead, we'll move along here to the Zookeeper cab. I'll show you that, and we'll just close this video out. Okay, so we're here in front of the machine. I have it set up, but what I'm gonna do is I almost forgot to show you guys this. I'm actually gonna take this off the tripod. So you can see the instruction is right here. This is where, you know, the incandescent bulbs go. This actually has LEDs. They're a little too blue in my opinion, so I'm probably gonna swap them out. But while I do it, you can see there's some bleed that if you're playing and you look on top here, you see how it's showing right there. It's reflecting off of the actual LEDs themselves. So do not want that happening. So I'm gonna block it. There's tons of methods to do that. I'll show you guys how to do that. But I have to fix that right away. And also, you could see here that it's kind of like squeezed right onto the monitor, where it's not really, it actually should be set a little smaller so that it fits within the boundaries. And then right now the score gets cut off because of that. So I will fix that. We'll do that when we do the cap on it. Like I said, it's a newer Wiko monitor, which I've never seen. I have to really research it. I don't even know if there's a cap kit for that, but we'll find out. So let me go ahead, I'll put this back here. We'll get a gameplay, and I have to be honest, you know, I've had this game a few months now. I actually stopped recording the video. I just had priorities, you know, work, family, and all that stuff, and holidays, so I didn't really get to do everything I wanted to do. So let me just get a tighter shot here. So I'm kind of back at it, but my high score, as you can see here, is 2 million. I finally hit the 2 million mark a couple times, and I hit pretty much 1 million consistently, so anyway, let's go ahead and play it anyway. I'll show you the condition of the machine, because I haven't done anything to it. All I did was slide it in the row and then commence life. So what I'm doing now, I'm just messing around with this, just trying to get more points. Jumping over him, trying to do all kinds of cool tricks, just to try to get the maximum, because it's a little boring and slow at the beginning. I'll do the same thing here, just jump over him multiple times. It's actually good practice for later, because, you know, you can go pretty crazy here later on. So I'm just milking it. And then grab that. And then instead of getting them, I'll jump over them, get 6,000 points, and then finish the board. So you get more points that way. Here, you just want to finish as soon as possible. So I kind of have it set to, I just watch which way he throws and I go the opposite way on there. All right, so here, it's my pattern here. I just kind of shove them all back in there just to try to get more points and try to get them all together. Kind of like that, but I'll let them out. There should be another one here. There we go. So now that's a good cluster to jump. Oh, but I died. So that's not good. But I'll continue. You know, I've had really great games where I hit 2 million actually when I've died. So we'll let everybody come out. I'll jump over a couple guys. So it's good to milk stuff, but not at the expense of your life, so. So the level's about to end. I gotta hurry up here. There we go. I got that last piece. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the pattern here. You just wait down here for it. You kind of go this way, jump over this guy. Just wait a little bit. So I'm just kind of waiting around for stuff to appear. Now they're all out pretty much. So now I'll just go this way, cover it up, and then wait for the end. Let's see if I'll... So I'm trying to get some good jumps here. I cover the hole and then shove them all back in just before it ends. So I don't think I'll get him. Oh, I would have died if it hadn't ended. So right now I have 85,000. On a good game, I'll get 100,000 on this board right here. So you want to get it as soon as possible. You know, you don't want to mess around with that board. So here, you know, you've seen in my last credit videos, all you have to do is jump to the right, jump to the left, you know, hold it. Oops, actually, there we go. But you'll jump here, and that's it. You don't have to really mess around with that. There's no tricks or anything. And I'll show you again, because I'll get to it again. It repeats the first couple levels. This here, I'm just kind of milking it a little bit to try to get them, you know, before I'll get it at the last minute. And then try to shove them all back in at the same time. That's the key. You want them to all face the same direction if you can help it. And then you get a nice clustered jump like that. See if I can add some more here. You know what? Sometimes detection is a little weird where it doesn't hit you but you die. And then there's other times where they clearly hit you and you don't. So this board is a little bit messed up. I really want them to all come out. And then I'll clean it up in a minute. So let's clean it up. Make them all face one direction. Now they'll all come out at the same time. And maybe we'll get a nice jump here. Oh, maybe not. They're not cooperating right now. Yeah, let me go this way. See, again, I didn't die, but they got me at the last second, so this really isn't a great game, but, you know, I do have a gameplay video that I've done, like I said, where I've gotten like 1,000,000 points, you know, live. But the game works great, you know, there's no problems at all, the monitor works, that's really all you can ask for at this point. So I'll enjoy playing this over the winter, rebuilding that panel, and also, of course, doing the crystal castles. So that's going to be a great one. I already started messing around with that one. So there it is, guys. This is Zookeeper and Crystal Castles double pickup. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know, I really haven't gone on a pick in a while, and I really love it. So again, you know, if you guys want to subscribe, if you enjoyed what you've seen, just subscribe down below. I'm also on Twitter if you want to click here. I'm at Del's Arcade on Twitter, and I'm also on Instagram where I do post stuff all the time. So those users I've seen, like, you know, when I posted stuff, they'll say, hey, you know, I got to pick up, and I'll do like little teasers. So those guys knew ahead of time, hey, I'm doing a video on it, which is pretty cool. I don't mind doing that. And I answer tons of questions. I answer all emails. You could also email me at delsarcade@gmail.com. And, you know, based on how busy I am, I usually answer most of them. So, or all of them. I just will over time. I'm just extremely busy sometimes. So just like everybody else. Anyway, hope you guys stay safe out there. Keep on gaming, and then we'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.